Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm here in my new studio setup. Pretty basic down here in the basement. I recently moved from one corner out into a more open area. Today we're going to be talking about my broken 2600mm Pro. I'll show you how I broke it here in a minute, the fan, and how to double check that the fan's dead and how to replace it. And there's plenty of videos out there, maybe a couple of videos out there on doing that, but I wanted to share a few more tips on testing the fan and just having this experience of broken it myself. Figured I'd record it for the channel. So before I tear this down, one of the things I want to mention is I keep my image train all together, and I have a flattener on the front of this, so I can just cap that, and I don't like to open it up. So in order to replace this fan, there's no need to take the camera off of your filter wheel. I would advise just keeping your image train together and just setting it right down on there, and you can work on the top of this. This will come off. We can take that right out of the back of the unit. When I first set up, I didn't realize it, but I had pushed this cable in through this slot. It was dark out. I'm used to setting up really late at night without looking, and I normally have my camera coming in from in and out of my house, so I'm not unplugging these cables. But in this case, I had to tear down, pack up, take it out to a location. And I knew I pushed through here, but I didn't realize it is I actually damaged a fin on the fan. I went ahead and did the fin, which is broken off now, was just hanging there, and it still ran. So everything got down to temperature, seemed fine. I came home, plugged in, started copying down photos, and then I was making my flats video and noticed it started losing temperature as I put it down to 15 degrees, I think it is, for this camera, and it started losing temperature. And then I noticed the fan wasn't running. Well, it turned out that fin that got damaged by the time I came home had caught on the edge down there, so it wouldn't spin up. So this video, I'm just going to show replacement of the fan. I know there's videos out there like this. There's also videos on dealing with the vibration issues some people were having with this series of cameras. I'm not having that issue. I think mine, they started adding these little rubber washers. See that little washer? Those are now in the camera. They're in the current fan setup, and the replacement fan I got came with those as well. I already took screws out. Now, one of the things you're going to do, and I did this on mine, is you're going to want to test the fan to make sure it's actually dead before you go buy it and find out it's something else. I recommend using a tester to test a battery you're going to use ahead of time. I'm going to show you something here. I got that's a 3 volt battery. It's a 12 volt fan, 3 volt battery. Okay, this is a 9 volt battery. Also testing, it's kind of marginal, but it'll work for this. So make sure you got good batteries. And then I'm using some circuit wires I have from a breadboard kit. Work great. You can also use paper clips. They work, a regular paper clip, not a big paper clip. And just, you can stick these into the holes here. And then I'm going to hook them to the battery. You can see the fan's running, even with a weak 9 volt battery. Now this was a strong 3 volt. I just wanted you to see that even though it's variable voltage, you're not going to get away testing this with a 3 volt battery. It's just not enough to spin the fan. So make sure you're using at least a 9 volt. You can use a 12 volt power supply if you have that. Test it. So now I know my fan's good. It was just damaged. Like in this case, it was obvious it was damaged. So next thing we're going to do is take this apart and keep track of the washer setup and put the new fan in. Just using a pair of pliers to hold the bolt. I don't have wrenches nearby. Now, just pay attention to how many washers you got in here. So there's a washer above and below the rubber gasket. I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of these out, and I'll be right back, or I'll fast forward this. One of the tips, if you're having trouble with vibration, you can get vibration kits, anti-vibration kits. Like I said, I'm not having that issue. And I tend to like to stay with stock parts on my setup. All right, one thing to note when you order your fan, there's two different fans. One-shot color cameras for the ZWOs use a different fan than the mono cameras do. So when you're ordering, make sure you're getting the one for the type of model you have, and you can see that on the sites. New silicone rings here. I'm just gonna use everything else the same. Get the screw started. Put your washer on. Silicone washer. Also a good time to clean out your camera itself. If you got dust in there, you got bugs that got sucked in, just use some kind of light brush or air. Blow out the inside of that heat sink. Mine's super clean, even though I've had the camera over a year. Now mine, this is the direction the wire was. It's like this. I'll go ahead and start threading these. If your fan quits running, but your camera's under warranty, mine's actually under warranty, but I broke it, so I couldn't do this, at least not in my own ethics don't allow me to. If it dies and it's under warranty, you can get a hold of ZWO. They'll send you a fan. You don't need to send back your camera. I would not send my camera back for a fan, even if it were under warranty. I'd take a part, but I wouldn't want to send it back for just a fan. It's because I don't want to take the risk of shipping it back and forth. And if you're buying your fan, and like some sites have free shipping even for small cost products, and some don't. Some are like 10 bucks to have it shipped. So buy it with something else so you get your free shipping, or buy more than one. If that gets you maybe over a $25 value, have a spare fan and get your free shipping that way. That's another thing I would consider. Just getting some wire down in here, and 4 screws away. I'm going to plug this in and test it. I should be able to, just with my hand and the sound of the fan, I'll be able to tell if it's got any vibration in it. All right, there we are, back together. All right, I just hooked it up. Very quiet, smooth. I can't feel a single thing, even though I don't have it connected to the telescope, so it's a little hard to tell, but I will be able to tell when I do my shoot. So thumbs up for that. So that's a wrap for this video. Hope this helps some of you out. I know there's some other videos like this out there, including entire modified fan replacement kits. As always, thanks for watching. Clear skies and take care.